Okay, we're going to do the vocabulary this time a little differently. I'm going to do this through Screencastify so you can hear me actually talking about it rather than doing a Powtoons presentation, just to change things up a little bit. So today and this week we're learning about words that have the root Ponere Positum. Now, Ponere Positum is a Latin root. It comes from Latin, and it means to put or to place. You can tell that words come from Ponere Positum because you're going to see the letters POS or PON in the word. So one of the words that uses positum is the word deposit. You can see here you have the letters POS in the middle of the word. So deposit is a verb. It can also be used as a noun, but for us and in our class, we're going to focus on the verb form of it. So it's an action. And the definition is to put down or to drop. When you deposit something, you put something down, like you deposited your bag on the floor, or you drop it. Sometimes you might hear the word deposit when you're talking about putting money into a bank. You would deposit money. You put the money down into the bank. And up here on the top here, I have word analysis. This basically, if we break the word apart, you can kind of understand the meaning a little bit better, especially if you know what positum means. So, and the prefix day. So deposit has the prefix de, which in this case means down. De can have a few different meanings, but here it means down. And then positum is to put, as we were talking about. So the literal meaning of deposit is put down. So if you didn't know the definition of deposit, you could figure it out because you notice POS comes from positum, to put. And then if you know that the prefix de means down, you can figure out that the word deposit means put down. The next word is the word composition. Now, composition is a noun. You can always tell that a word is a noun if it ends in ion, always a noun. And composition has two parts to it. It has the prefix com, C-O-M, and then it has positum, P-O-S. You can tell it's from positum. But first we'll talk about the definition. So the definition of composition is the makeup of something. So basically everything that something is made up of. So if you think of here, this pie chart shows all the gases in our atmosphere, mainly nitrogen, but we also have oxygen, other gases, and carbon dioxide. So this is the composition of our atmosphere, of the air that we breathe. So composition, the makeup of something, everything that's put together, what does it make? Sometimes you might have heard of the word composition when we're talking about a musical piece, like the violinist played a composition, or the pianist played a composition of Mozart, right? So if you think of composition would be all the individual notes. When they're all put together, it becomes a musical piece or a composition. So composition, as I said before, has two parts. It has the prefix com, com, which means together. Com, C-O-M, or co always means together. And then we have positum. You could tell POS here. Positum means to put. So composition literally means put together. So it's a bunch of different things that are then put together. The makeup of something. So just like the little music notes all together, when you put them all together, it forms a composition. When you put all of these gases together, it creates the composition of our atmosphere. Okay, the next one is proposition. Now, proposition is a noun. It means an idea that's put forth or a suggestion. So if I were to make a proposition, it means I'm putting forth an idea that I had. I'm trying to convince someone to do something that I want to do. So if you think like when you vote on something, people put forward propositions. Think of it as like somebody speaking out about something. Similar words would be like propose or proposal, right? So come from the same root there. Now the proposition also has two parts. It has pro and then it has positum. The prefix pro means forth. So it makes sense because we're saying an idea put forth, right? So putting forth an idea, putting forward an idea. And then positum means to put. So it literally means put forth, an idea that is suggested, an idea that is put forth in front of other people. So that would be proposition. Okay, and then the next one is the word opponent. An opponent is a noun, and it means one who goes against or a rival. You probably have heard this word when you're talking about games or in a sport. You know, you always have an opponent. Usually it's one person, and the person who's against you is your opponent. Opponent comes from the word Ponere. We have two parts. The prefixes is OP, which is actually OB. The P and the B over time have the B changed to a P in opponent. But the prefix OB or OP means opposite. And then ponere, which is the root, means to put. So opponent literally means put opposite, which makes sense because when you are going up against an opponent, they're literally put opposite of you. You're competing against them. Whether it's in a debate, that would be the opponent, or in a basketball game, that's your opponent. It's the person working against you. Okay, and actually that's the last one for today. We are just looking at the roots Ponere Positum. So just a quick recap. Ponere Positum, it means to put or to place. And our words that we're focusing on are deposit, so to put down. Composition, which is to make up, the makeup of something or something that's all put together. Proposition, which is an idea that we're putting forward. And then opponent, the last one is opponent. And that would be the person who's put opposite or a rival. Okay, so please make sure you go on to Google Classroom and complete the Google form, and then we will review all of this then at the next class period. All right, have a good day. Bye.